Welcome back, Auburn family. I'm Jake here with Connor and Eli, the usual, running the post game after Auburn beat Winthrop 89-65. They kind of beat them down. I know I was there with Connor, Eli. Were you watching the game?
I was watching the game. It was a great game.
That's all. That's all you got.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I think I'll do a little dive into it. Our offense, I think, definitely improved from last week for sure. We shot really
Yeah,
well. I think we were just able to move the ball a lot more, a lot better than last week. 100%. We shot really well. I mean, Wendell had a great game. Janai had
for
18
sure.
points, 13 rebounds, all around good performance from the offense.
Connor, what'd you see?
Seeing it in person tonight, it was really enlightening. Seeing on a Tuesday night, it was super gloomy outside. It was rainy all day. It was cold. The fans showed up, and there was great energy in a game that wasn't close from the start. So it was really nice to see that, and it just shows you how the jungle acts and how Auburn fans always show up to everything. I love it.
You saw even Winthrop started reacting to the jungle. I mean, that dude, number 0 on their team, he shot an air ball in the first, 3 minutes of the game. And the jungle, start to finish, until the post game, chanting air ball at him. I think he had 2 air balls on the game, and then from the corner, hit the backboard.
Yeah, he only
Yeah.
made two
And they were
points off
he
of
was
two
like, I
free
don't know what you want
throws.
me to do. Yeah, that was so much fun. But looking at Auburn, I mean, the player of the game has to be Janai Broome. Has to. 18 points, 13 boards, 8 offensive rebounds. I can't say enough about this guy. If Auburn's going to have success this year, he's going to be the biggest factor in this team. What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
100%.
He it seemed like every time tonight he was in the paint and he had the ball, he was scoring. He
Hmm.
there was nobody on Winthrop that had the size to really box him out well enough for him to not get a board, and nobody could jump with him either tonight. It seemed like he was an actual force too. In the first 2 games, he played great and he scored some points, but it seemed like tonight the paint was his. It was nobody else's, unless Cardwell was in the game on defense, and he did great as well.
Yeah, and just speaking to that, I mean, I'm not the best lip reader, but Connor, I turned to you. I was looking at the Winthrop bench, and Chase Claxton, number 33 for Winthrop, turned to his teammates, and it was after Janai made a bucket in the last few minutes of the game, and he literally goes, what are we supposed to do? Like they didn't know
Come
what
on.
they were supposed to how do you play defense against that guy?
You really don't. I mean, he is a big body guy. One thing I do like about him though is his defense. He had 5 blocks,
Yeah,
along with Dylan Cardwell had 4. I think watching those two guys rotate in and out at center is going to be huge for this team. I think those two guys are going to be one of the big, best defensive players in all of the SEC going throughout this season. 100%. Like this defense,
yeah.
I mean, this defense, let alone for the Auburn team, is going to be locked down like insane.
I mean, I said it after whatever George Mason, Zep. I don't care what any stat line says about him. There's no stat that can tell you how good of a defender he is. He just rattles everyone within the vicinity of him. He just rattles, and he's so fun to watch. I mean, he's earned the nickname the Honey Badger.
100%.
Absolutely.
I think what I like about Zepta as well is his leadership on the court, along with his defense. I think
Hmm.
him and Wendell kind of are, I think, fighting for the battle of being the leader and kind of the general for the team. Because on offense, Wendell kind of leads the team, and he's one that gets us starting for the offense. But on defense, it's more of Zep Jasper leading the way, getting
Yeah,
steals, applying that pressure on opposing
I mean they're
teams.
they're a fun 1-2 punch. They're a
Yeah,
fun front backcourt to watch. I
they
mean,
are.
they're not even. Who knows if they're going to be I mean, we saw it last year. We don't know if the 2 of them are going to be the starters down the stretch, or if one of them will come off the bench, or both of them will come off the bench at times. This team plays 10 guys the entire game,
Yep.
and everyone plays right around similar minutes. I mean, it's I can't tell you another college basketball team that does something similar. I mean, Wendell had 22 minutes. Jalen Williams had 23. Janai had 20. Zep Jasper 19. KD 19. We had Chance Westry was 17. Johan Traore was 17. Alan Flanagan 20. Dylan Cardwell 16. Like, they don't get tired.
Well, I think going into the season and then going down the stretch, that's going to be the biggest, I think, role in this and how we're going to define success. I mean, yeah, it goes along with recruiting as well. I think Bruce Pearl did an amazing job. He recruited this whole team, and every
Yeah.
single one of those guys are dogs. I mean, they're all splitting minutes, and they all have their own little way of affecting the game and performing well. So it's going to look good. I think the season is going to go great. I'm excited.
Connor, what do you think about that? Because we were saying it. I mean, they had a full new five on the floor within 3.5 minutes of the game starting.
Right. So, I noticed that, but I also noticed I saw Wendell in the game with like 7 minutes to go. I think that a lot of these games, they're treating them like practice right now, and I love the fact that everybody got a substantial amount of minutes tonight. It made me really happy to see that we have true depth, and I don't know, like you said, the first few minutes, we were I want to say we were on a decent little run there. We were up by 8 points, and that run continues. It doesn't just stop because, 4 out of our 5 starters are out. Our offense is going to kind of get a little worse and regress a little bit. Our defense might not be as in your face, but that wasn't the case tonight, and I don't think it's going to be the case most of the season. We have a good core of 10 guys that can play basketball almost no matter what combination and be okay, which is really reassuring, and it's going to help a lot when you make that run in March.
I mean, you're right. I mean, we had 39 points off the bench. So
that's crazy.
It doesn't matter who comes off the bench. Those guys are going to produce. I mean, the one thing that I do want to see, I want to see a little bit more offensive development from Dylan. I know he's played really, really well in the defensive end, but whether it's free throw shooting or like mid-range shooting, I just want, because he could be such a good player for this team. And if he develops that mid-range shot and you have him and Janai in the game at the same time, defense is literally, like, you can't play defense against that.
But another guy I want to see, 2 guys I want to see develop, which I think one kind of made a name for himself this night, is Trey Donaldson and Chance Westry, the freshman pair. I think those guys, Trey, I think he looked like an actual basketball player more than a football player trying to play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to be
shifty.
He was shifty, and he played good defense too.
And what was the bucket? What was the bucket he faked
he did
one
it,
side
he
and
did a
scooped
little
all the way around?
Yeah, he's got that athletic ability to do that. And I think, Chance Westry, coming back from a knee surgery, he looked fine tonight, and he's going to develop over this season for sure. I think both those guys can play a really big role in this team. I'm excited.
So what are you guys looking for in Auburn's next game on Friday against Texas Southern? Is there anything specific you guys are looking for, or just more of the same?
With me, I think it's more of the continuation of our offense and what we accomplished tonight. I think it's really important for us to just move the ball around, and we did a great job of it tonight. So let's just continue. Let's not go and open up against Texas Southern and just look terrible. Let's just keep going. Let's keep shooting threes. Let's score 80, 90, maybe even 100 points. I wouldn't mind that at all, because last Friday, we see USF, and we struggled with them for the first half. We struggled to score for a while, and it just didn't look like good Auburn basketball. I think if we go into Texas Southern, start shooting hot in the first half, get a solid 40, 45 points, that would be the best look for us right now.
Yeah, this offense has to keep on rolling. So that'll be something to look out for on Friday. Eli, is there anything that you wanted to touch on about this team?
Well, I think this defense is going to be perfectly fine, but like Connor mentioned, the offense, I think we need better transitional offense, coming from the backcourt. We have to get better at finding guys down the lane and getting open shots. And then, with KD, I want to see KD emerge more as a shooter, because, he's known for driving in and drawing the foul.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if him and Wendell and Zepp and guys like Johan can really develop a three and shoot better, higher percentage games, this team can be really, really dirty going into March Madness and going down into the season. So that's what I want to see against Texas Southern, though.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned success behind the 3-point line. Wendell 4 for 6 from deep. So Another big game from him.
Yep.
And to wrap things up, Kentucky lost earlier
yeah.
tonight to Michigan State. So
big news,
War Eagle
man.
that. Yeah,
That could
looks
put us
like
in...
Auburn could jump into the top 10.
Yeah.
So, or in the top 2, maybe top 1 in the SEC. But we'll see. That's not for another week. We'll probably have something out before then. But yeah, check back after Friday's game against Texas Southern. That game tips off at 7 in Neville Arena in Auburn. So if you're in Auburn, go to the jungle, be loud.
Come on. Show up.
Yeah, be a part. Let's go. We'll be there. We'll be rowdy. War Eagle.
War Eagle.